Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, it's Josh, and here we have Game 3 and a best of 3 from MLG DC, played between WhiteRa, the Ukrainian Protoss player, he's the blue one on the left side here of Metalopolis, and PainUser, the yellow Terran up here on top. And the series so far has gone pretty quickly, I'll say. There are a lot of Tier 1 units on both sides of the field. Duckload Ra or WhiteRa actually got a lot of Colossus on the field last game, but they weren't enough to kill the highly upgraded Marines and Marauders of PainUser. Micro came down, a couple of mistakes by WhiteRa, a couple of good moves by PainUser. WhiteRa just didn't really have the best support for his Colossi. If he had a couple more sentries, I know that's pretty gas intensive, but force fields really would have helped keep his Colossi alive, and eventually if he had hit 4 or 5 Colossus on the field at a single time, there's no way PainUser would have been able to combat that, especially with force fields divvying up his forces over and over. So maybe we'll see a little bit of a strategy change out of WhiteRa this time around. The first game where he went 5 gates was very effective against PainUser's heavy tier 1 playstyle. Looks like PainUser is going to try to wall off again here in game 3. Does not want WhiteRa to see what he's up to. WhiteRa is going to scout him pretty quickly. They're at close running positions again, just like we saw in Lost Temple. So WhiteRa does get up there. Now here's a dilemma. If WhiteRa goes in the base, he loses the probe for sure. If he doesn't, then he loses a lot of possible scouting information once this next supply depot goes up. So it looks like WhiteRa is more content to keep his probe alive. Actually, no, what's going on here? So he doesn't have the minerals to build another supply depot because he did get the refinery up last game. He did not build a refinery for a very long time. WhiteRa, on the other hand, doing the very standard Protoss build. Going to be seeing that cybernetics core right when that pylon finishes. There it goes. So the first game, Duckload Ra built that second gas next and then went 5 gates. The second game he built the second gas and went robo facility and added on 2 more gates. So we'll see what he chooses to do this time around. PainUser sort of reverting back to his original build in game 1. He is getting a tech lab up on that barracks. The probe was shut out once and for all from that base. PainUser sending a single Marine here to test the waters. That's kind of interesting, since if the Zealot gets out, he probably will be able to kill that Marine off. And if it was a Stalker, if WhiteRa had saved time to chronoboost the Stalker, this Marine would be dead for sure. So pretty interesting decision by PainUser to come do this. He might get a probe kill. That would be, pretty worth it, but he doesn't. Instead, he runs away from this Zealot with a slightly faster run speed. 225 against 225. Oh, no, not slightly faster. He could have killed the probe and still got away. Oh well. First Marauder is out for PainUser. He's getting concussive shells very quickly this time, so it looks like he's going to be going Marauder-centric this time rather than Marine-centric like in Game 2. Robotics Facility is coming up first for WhiteRa instead of some more gateways, so he is not abandoning his Colossus play just yet. Maybe this time he will mix in some sentries. I don't know. I haven't seen the game. PainUser adding that reactor onto the second barracks, quite nice. He can use this reactor later on with a factory for some Hellions or for Starport for some medevacs later on. Oh, it looks like PainUser is going to be doing some very early aggression here with a Marine, 2 Marauders, and 2 SCVs. Might even be building a bunker, although WhiteRa is not really known to fast expand. If he can get up that ramp and build a bunker, he can be extremely annoying. So we'll see what he's able to do here against 2 Zealots and a Stalker. The SCVs push up the front rather quickly. He does not want to lose those. He does, though, so it's already backfiring a little bit on PainUser. I don't think he's going to be able to clean this out. There goes the Stalker. Now it's just a Marauder against a Zealot. And yes, the Marauder, of course, can kite the Zealot forever and kill it off. So he gets a tiny little burst of speed, as that missile does have a little bit of a travel time. Is he going to try and kill the Zealot? No, it looks like he's going to head home with that Marauder. So what did he use his minerals on? In the meantime, he is getting a command center, so 2 racks expand, getting that second refinery and adding on a factory now, so not going to be going for the 4 or 5 barracks like we've seen in the first 2 games. This time WhiteRa is going exactly what he did in the second game there, except getting an Immortal out quickly rather than the Colossus. So WhiteRa saw there were a couple Marauders there. Immortal is of course a better choice since you can get them faster and they are quite good against Marauders. then getting that robotics bay very quickly, but he is actually getting the robotics bay very quickly anyway. If we look at units, he is way ahead on probes, 31 to 23. I would not have expected that, although PainUser is trying to get a lot of production facilities out quickly, and he is mass producing Marines and Marauders all the time. So he is a little bit behind in SCV count, but he does have his expansion up now, so he can double his production for workers. And of course a second mule certainly helps more than WhiteRa's probes. So PainUser going to be scouting again with this SCV, not sure where he's going exactly with it, but we'll see in a moment. Observer does fly in over PainUser, so WhiteRa getting a glimpse of everything there is to see. Hopefully he'll move to the right a bit and check out the main base so he can see this factory coming down. And what is that? I'm going to guess another barracks. It is actually a starport. Okay, so he will be able to flip that over onto the reactor soon for some medevac support. And WhiteRa just kind of marching around. Did he kill that SCV? He must have. So WhiteRa just scores a free SCV kill with a good eye, and this first Colossus is coming out. WhiteRa is not spending the crazy amount of money to get that extended thermal lance just yet. Another SCV killed off, trying to build a bunker there. But WhiteRa is expanding a lot faster than he did in the first game, playing for a little bit of a longer game. PainUser not building any ghosts this time around like he did on Blistering Sands. Again, I just totally missed that, but looks like he might be supply blocked here too. But that'll happen when you're cranking out Marines as fast as PainUser is. There he does get a supply depot down. He never actually was blocked because he was building from both of these to get his supply to that level, so he's okay. More SCVs coming out still. Is he evening up that unit count yet? 34 SCVs and 2 mules against 36 probes. I'll take the 34 SCVs and 2 mules, of course, since the mules return more per trip. Supply depot finishing up, another barracks, so he'll be on 3 barracks, a tech lab starport, not a reactor starport, getting a Banshee pretty quickly, no cloak of course, and another tank out. He did get siege mode already, it looks like. Yeah, he is already sieged up there outside of his natural, so he's trying to defend against whatever WhiteRa throws at him in the near future. PainUser also has both of these Xel'Naga towers under control after he kills this probe off, and there he goes. WhiteRa, of course, wants to keep his Xel'Naga tower, so he sends a single stalker to come out and deal with this half-health Marine. Pew, pew, pew. Stalker wins. Banshee is out now, so what is PainUser going to be able to do with this little guy? We'll have to see. A Raven coming out. I like seeing Terran players get Ravens to shut down Stalkers. How many Stalkers does WhiteRa actually have? Not a lot, and none of these other guys actually have projectiles, so Raven not going to be too super useful. But, you know, auto turrets, if you don't need the PDDs, drop some auto turrets. They're like beefy Marines. First Banshee still circling around the back here. We'll see what he's able to get vision of. WhiteRa is not gonna see. Oh, what happened there? Something attacked? Oh, nope. He got the Raven out and killed an observer. Alright, that'll work. That's a good enough reason to get a Raven out to kill observers. Ooh, so PainUser's in here now. He's shooting at the Cybernetics core. Of course, he could have gotten 2 probe kills already in that time. Does get his first one, second one. WhiteRa a bit slow to react here. He only has 2 stalkers to actually deal with his Banshee. That's the only anti-air that he even has. PainUser could actually circle over to that natural right now with the Banshee and get even more kills. 7 probe kills, quite good for a single Banshee. PainUser has a dominant advantage now. 3 mules on the field, 46 SCVs against 43 probes. Very good for PainUser, and it looks like WhiteRa might be ready to do a little push onto PainUser's front. However, with this many siege tanks, this many marauders that have stim, I don't see this attack going too well, also because I don't believe he ever got extended thermal lances. Yeah, he did. I'm wrong, of course, but he's also getting a Templar Archive now. He did get that Twilight Council and get Zealot speed starting. Templar Archive's kind of in a weird spot up here. If PainUser ever gets over to that side, he'll be able to kill that off pretty quickly. Did PainUser see this army of WhiteRa? No, he did not. He's just doing his natural progression, sieging up those tanks, moving the units in front. Now he can leapfrog these tanks 2 by 2 or even 1 by 1 and get them up here to the front. The Banshee's still just sitting idle for the time being. He could probably swing back around and get some kills over here at the natural. WhiteRa scouting all over the map just to make sure PainUser isn't expanding to any sneaky places. Ooh, PainUser dropping a sensor tower over here and another bunker, so he is going to be here making sure that WhiteRa does not expand over here anytime soon. Ooh, a Templar kill right there, very valuable. Didn't actually... wasn't actually able to cast anything. The Banshee is back over here shooting away at the robotics bay, but it looks like he's going to lose it to the single stalker. PainUser did push in the front a little tiny bit. Didn't look like he was able to actually get anything done, so PainUser loses that Banshee. Takes a little unsuccessful poke here at the front, but now he just continues leapfrogging bunkers. Of course, he can salvage these, and leapfrogging his siege tanks, which of course have a massive range. Eventually he'll be in range of that Nexus. Decent force fields there, keeping PainUser from getting too close to the Colossi. Now the Colossi shooting onto the high ground there. PainUser still has quite a lot of units though, so we'll see what he's able to achieve. It looks like if I had to pick a winner, if these two armies were to clash right now, WhiteRa would probably be the winner with this many Colossi and those force fields like we saw, cutting up PainUser's army. Oh, WhiteRa's actually doing a sneaky expansion way over here on the right side of the map. While this battle goes on, he does lose a Colossus pretty quickly there to the Stim Marauders. Looks like he focused it down. Zealots with the leg upgrade actually charging in on those siege tanks and doing quite well to take them out. I don't know if he's going to be able to get all of them. There's still one tank up. WhiteRa shooting down that bunker. He actually looks like he's in a pretty good position now. PainUser's on the ropes. He's got 97 food against WhiteRa's 90, but of course with these Colossi doing so much splash damage and these Zealots taking the brunt of the blasts, WhiteRa is actually in a pretty good position. He's just warping in more Zealots for the time being. Again, would like to see some sentries. Look at WhiteRa's money. It's getting up pretty high. He's attacking on 2 more gateways now, and that Nexus, of course, way over on the right side of the map. He does have another Colossus on the field, so WhiteRa up to 5 Colossus. I said that last game if he was able to have 4 or 5 on the field at a single time, he would be in a very, very good position. Now he does, and he does have PainUser backed up into his natural area, so he can, if he can just keep these guys alive, he actually has now no support for the Colossi, so they're going to fall extremely quickly. Naked Colossi do not make for a very good attack. Sentries, of course, and Zealots with legs, both very good options, but WhiteRa is going to lose both of those. But he is going to break the sensor tower and bunker position that PainUser set up for himself here on the left side. And of course, with this other Nexus up, he can start chrono boosting away, getting more probes on the field. Actually, he could use the chrono boost for more Colossi or gateway units as well. WhiteRa's money is quite high. PainUser doing very well to stay below 100 minerals. PainUser moving now with a lot of SCVs, tanks, Marines, Marauders, Vikings, Banshees, and a Medevac. He's got a very full mix of units here. WhiteRa is going to be way out of position. Actually doesn't even really have much of an army to speak of right now. Just a few Templar, a Colossus, and some Stalkers. Ooh, pretty good storm there. Catches even the air units. Flattens all those Marauders. That was very nice, but he is going to lose those Templar. And now PainUser has really good positioning with the units he does still have alive. He's going to be able to kill off that pylon very easily. Now WhiteRa scoots back into the front a little bit, trying to kill what he can with this remaining single Colossus. If you look at the production tab right now, no other Colossus coming. No energy on this Templar. He's going to go down, so PainUser looks like he has finally got himself into a good enough position to kill off this expansion. We'll see if he's able to do it. Yes, WhiteRa is pulling all of his probes, trying to get them safely away while this Nexus gets whittled down. 3 siege tanks and just a handful of tier 1 units are all PainUser needs right now to take out. Oh wow, good storm there, flattens some Marines and Marauders, but PainUser supporting and just sending more units. Look at that. Soon he'll be able to overrun WhiteRa. Look at the food differential right now. It's 86 food against 63. An Archon forming there. Not sure what he's going to be able to do with that. Hardened Shields taking some siege tank blasts, but of course Marines and Marauders gun him down very quickly with their stim. So PainUser able to stop that expansion. WhiteRa did take another one down here at the bottom spawn location and does have this one on the right going, but with no army, if WhiteRa loses his main, I don't think he's going to be able to rebuild a main at either of those bases. So this Archon being extremely ineffective, dies before I even saw it shoot a single time. PainUser does have several tanks down here on the low ground, just pushes up with these cheap Marines to get vision. Actually, he's got this Viking here as well. So WhiteRa saying to PainUser, good game and good job. PainUser does take the series 2-1. Thanks for watching. I am going to go to MLG Dallas now, so I'll see you guys when I get back on Monday. I hope this series was enough to tide you guys over for the weekend. Also, check out the giveaway video that I posted not long ago. You could win a mousepad signed by Huck or a mousepad signed by WhiteRa. If you like either of those guys, go check out that video. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you after the weekend. Bye.